Hello, wonderful storytellers. Are you ready for an amazing adventure on the sea? Today, we're going to hear a true story from the Bible about a big storm, a boat full of friends, and a miracle that will make you say, "Wow." Our story begins after a very busy day. Jesus had been teaching thousands of people and even performed a miracle, feeding everyone with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. It was incredible. As evening came, Jesus told his disciples, his special friends, to get into their boat and sail to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. He said he would meet them there later because he wanted to go up on a mountain by himself to pray. So the disciples pushed their boat into the water and started rowing. At first, the water was calm and the stars were beginning to twinkle in the sky. But soon the wind began to blow. And it didn't just blow a little. It howled and whipped up the water into big, foamy waves. The small boat was tossed back and forth, up and down. The disciples were expert fishermen, but this storm was very strong. They rowed and rowed with all their might, but they were getting tired and scared. The shore seemed so far away, and the dark, stormy sea was all around them. They must have felt very small and alone in that big, angry sea. In the middle of the night, when the storm was at its worst and the disciples were most afraid, they saw something unbelievable. Out on the water, coming towards them, was a figure. It looked like a person walking on the waves. They couldn't believe their eyes. In the darkness and confusion of the storm, they thought it must be a ghost. They cried out in fear. Imagine seeing someone walking on top of the rolling, crashing waves. It would be pretty spooky. But then a calm, familiar voice called out to them through the wind and rain. "Take courage. It is I, don't be afraid." It was Jesus. He wasn't a ghost. He was walking on the water, coming to rescue them. The disciples were filled with astonishment. How could this be? No one can walk on water. One of the disciples, Peter, was always brave and quick to speak. He called out to Jesus, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you on the water." Jesus simply said, "Come." So, with his eyes fixed on Jesus, Peter did something extraordinary. He climbed over the side of the boat and took a step onto the water. And he didn't sink. He was walking on the water, just like Jesus. One step, then another. He was walking towards his friend. It was a miracle. But then Peter took his eyes off Jesus. He looked down at the huge, scary waves crashing around his feet and felt the strong wind pushing against him. Suddenly, he became afraid again. As soon as fear filled his heart, he began to sink. "Lord, save me." He cried out. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," Jesus said gently, "why did you doubt?" Jesus helped Peter back into the boat, and as soon as they were both safely inside, something else amazing happened. The wind stopped. The waves calmed down. The sea became completely still and peaceful. The storm was over, just like that. The disciples who were in the boat were completely amazed. They looked at Jesus with awe and said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." They had just witnessed his power not only over the storm, but over the very laws of nature. What a powerful story. It teaches us that even when we feel like we're in a big, scary storm in our own lives, Jesus is always with us. If we keep our eyes on him and trust in him, he can help us do impossible things and bring peace to our scariest moments. Just like he was there for his friends on the stormy sea, he is here for us too. Thank you for joining our story time today. I hope you enjoyed this incredible adventure. Remember to always keep your faith strong, even when things get a little wavy. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.